Yeah, I got this going on right now. Okay, so if you're seeing the flashing lights, I'm doing the alert notification. So come on in. There's so much craziness going on right now. It's unreal. And it all depends on what timeline you're on. So yeah, no hat today, you guys. I was up until 2:30 in the morning. High on energy. Got in bed, stayed awake till 2:30. I was busy filling orders. I was busy working with an emergency case that came in. And that's why, my apologies, why I did not start the Facebook teaching on the pyramid. So I have a message for somebody who was requesting to come in. Spirit told me no. Said this one thing, and you know who you are. Said that you, if you're actually who you say you are, you need to go seek a medicine man to go do that medicine. If you're not who you say you are and you're just trying to get into accounts and stuff, I ain't got nothing for you. I ain't got nothing. If I had it, I'd be doing something else somewhere else, different place. I don't have nothing. Okay? So let's just say, hypothetically, you're on the up and up. You have to go seek a medicine man. I am not the one to do that for you. This is my second time bringing this to your attention. You know who you are. Okay? So, don't get angry. Don't get it twisted. If you are really genuinely doing and saying what you're saying, then you need to go seek a medicine man. This is my last time saying this to you. And one of the reasons, if you are really being truthful, that energy, if you did the pyramid stuff, would amplify what you are currently going through. It could hurt you. So I have a duty and a responsibility to make sure that the people who are coming in to learn that, one, they're not on any drugs. Two, they're not an alcoholic. They're not using any kind of recreational drugs to exist in this world and to numb themselves out. Okay? I have a responsibility to that. And to allow someone to come in a weakened state of that and they don't know who they are, sets you up to get injured. All right? Sorry, not going to take place on my time card. Go seek a medicine man. Now, let's say you're not what you're imitating or pretending to be, and you have other nefarious reasons. This message goes out for those who sit in the movie called The Beekeeper. This is all about that energy of people robbing the elderly, stealing their savings, providing false click-ons, and taking their money out of their account. And you have no remorse for what you do. But I guarantee you this, what you just did to someone else, you're going to receive it 10 times worse. So for those who are out doing that and you think it's fun and cute to do that to somebody, to put them in a situation like that, you are going to receive that tenfold worse. And in this lifetime, it ain't going to wait to get you to the next lifetime. It's going to get you now. Okay? That's what time it is. And I really start this off with that message, because there are people making poor choices of what they are doing with their actions. That's an imprinted signature energy upon you. It has no choice to come back to you. So those of you sitting around in these places pretending to be helpers and representing companies, and that's not the company you represent, you're working for these nefarious places, and you're committing harm on people, each person that is connected to that company or whatever, that group, you think nobody watching you? Oh, honey, no. It's not going to be a human that deals with you. It's going to be something beyond your capability to conceive. And because you signed up for that energy and you put yourself in that energy and you're doing that, it's already on you. It's already there. So if all of a sudden you start wondering why you're having bad luck, why you're not getting what you need, and why all of a sudden you got ill, why all of a sudden these bad things are happening to you, take a look at your actions. What did you do? What did you do to someone? That was not how a sovereign divine being acts. Everybody has a choice. It just depends on which way you're going. That's what I'm talking about. So, with that being said, welcome on in, lovelies. This is my last time giving that message. Hopefully I won't have to give it again. But there's just some people that just are not getting it. This is not the time to be doing that in this timeline. You are literally signing your energy field with that energy. You're literally giving yourself that. Not to mention your family line, timeline right there. So if you've got children and you're doing that, guess else who's going to carry that? Am I making sense? You get what I'm saying? All right. This is the timeline where those of us that are doing our shadow work and cleaning it up and getting rid of stuff, this is that 9 energy. Cleaning up the cycle, cleaning up the patterns. This is it. We are in that energy. Let's start it off with 24,000 years. This is the time to break those soul contracts. If you haven't done that work deep enough, this is the time to do that. So today, you can be upset with me all you want, but like I said, you need a medicine man if you're being truthful. It is not for me to figure out if you're being truthful or not. I'm not here to do that. I can just feel energy with people. I can feel who really needs help. I can feel when someone's doing Lefarian. I can see that. I feel that. Because Luciferian actions and what people do comes in very low and hurtful. When you're a sovereign being, you come from a sovereign place. You come from a place of divine love. You walk with that. It's in purity. It's all over you. When you're not walking in that, you can be seen exactly for who you are. Whose fault is that? Okay? I'm just keeping it real. I figured like this. You willing to get up in the space and going to be doing that, then you should be willing to take what I'm saying to you. Point blank, period. Okay? So, like I said, go find a medicine man. Go get yourself straightened out if that's really what you need. If not, and you sitting in an office trying to gain people and do stuff, just know, because you're doing that in this timeline of these eclipses, you have just signed it all on yourself because you chose to go that way. And you ain't got nobody to blame when you're not getting what you want in life. When you're getting all the other stuff, you got no one to blame but you, because you did it. You got to take ownership for it and accountability for it. Oh, honey, you just hold on a second. Reconnecting. Sorry about that, you guys. That's one of my clients. I've been wondering if everything's okay. Okay. All right. So let's step in today. Who is all here in the house? Are you a regular Be So Light member? Because if you're not, and you're just somebody that's floating in, welcome. So those are my apologies why I didn't get started last night. I had a lot on my plate, and the person that really needed this, I had to really get that started for that person. It actually was kind of nerve-wracking. Hi, lovely. Come on in. Hi, lovely. Hi. It was just a lot happened yesterday. All because how many of you did those words? How many of you, let's back it up a little bit. How many of you went to underneath post? I guess they changed community to post. So when I say go to community section, go look up stuff, you probably can't find a community button. So go to post where you see post. How many of you said those words that started this whole thing? March 20th is the night that everything changes for me. And then when we hit yesterday, how many of you said the words, March 21st is when everything changed for me, for the highest good, for the best? How many of you said that? How many of you activated it like that? Because if you did, yesterday, you probably saw that energy come in and how it was supporting you and everything. Okay, so I put the information out, and if it aligns with you, you'll see it. I just said all you said yesterday as you were talking. Cool. Good job. Some kind of way, make that connection. So, like I said, I didn't go to bed. I got into bed at 2, and I didn't really go to sleep till 2:30 because I was just full of all this energy. I was getting my disc out, my frequency disc out. I was completing the orders, getting those discs ready to be sent to the East Coast for clients out there who put in for that. I was just getting busy. So I want you to think about this. We were in quiet time of winter. And we were sitting back contemplating, thinking we're within ourselves. We're putting ourselves into that thinking part of ourselves, okay? And then, as soon as we went through the spring equinox portal door, boom, whatever you have connected yourself with and what you were thinking of, boom, it's like right there. It's like, whoa, you're getting inundated with everything. Everything's coming in full force. You got to be ready for that. Okay? I just say thank you. Thank you for allowing me to show up. Thank you for allowing me to have breath to talk. Thank you for allowing me to be able to stand and be here amongst the peoples. Thank you. Thank you for me allowing me to activate my free will and to show up as me. Okay? So there was so much going on yesterday. So today, oh wait, I have to say this. So after I laid down, I think it was around, I want to say 4, maybe about around 4. Might have been 3:30, 4 or something. I felt it. First, I heard it. Then I felt it. I felt this burst of energy come through like a projection, like poof. And when it came through, it went poof. My bed went shh. And I felt and heard this woo, 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 that ripple thing again. Like poof. Whoosh, woo, 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 woo. And this time I saw the ripples when it went through the room, and it went vroom, 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 as it passed on through. So I said, oh, we done got hit again. What's going to happen, I'm saying this with love, because I know some of you are going through some stuff right now. Honeys, you're going to have to be gentle with yourselves, because the amount of energy that's coming in right now, if it's laying out your animals, laying out your cats and stuff, and they're just like that, your body's going to do the same thing. If you're feeling like, oh my God, what is this? I was up 4 a.m., went to bed shortly after your live. I was so tired. I have to leave out from 6. Yes. That ripple pulse effect is hitting hard. Okay? It's hitting hard. So you're going to have to stay up on your waters. I'm not a doctor, I'm not prescribing, but you know what? I had to get my cell salts going and shop around, because some of these places, they be doing their bioplasma light. They be selling it for almost like $18. I got this at Sprouts for $10.99. And I said, they know what's up. Now, I'm going to tell you something about the store Sprouts. Pay attention to their numbers, how they code their numbers on stuff. They always got that $3.99, $4.99, $3.49, $3.49, $3.39. They always got that, all that on the end. I was just really paying attention to stuff. They don't really give you too much of an option of a good deal. But when you go over to their health section, they make sure they keep that Rescue Remedy in stock, because they know. They make sure they keep their melatonin in stock, because they know. Their digestive aids is fully stocked, because they know. And their cell salts are stocked, because they know. They know. They know if they don't give people support to keep them support, people ain't going to be coming in there shopping. So they're going to want to have what people need to keep themselves going so they can come in and shop. And if they present those items well, people know to come there to go get that. Instead of going to some of the health food stores that's overpricing it. So I was like, okay. Your electrolytes, your rescue remedy, your essential oils. I know it's a lot to do, but you know, I'm going to be bad for a second. I'm tired of hearing "Make America Great Again." How about make humanity healthy and great again? Screw "Make America Great Again," because America has never been great. For some people it was, but for the majority of the ones that weren't on the outside of the circle, it wasn't good for them. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to keep it real. We know our light of truth of things. We see it for what it is. So that's why I made that statement at the opening of this. Those running around trying to take money from people and stuff, I ain't got nothing for you. Because you know what? My Make America Great lifestyle requires me to pay the bills off and pay for the high price of food and then still keep going. But everyone pay attention, because today something went out about a lot of banks today just closed. Talking about taking all your money. Now keep this in mind. Some of those banks are going to close because they have to, because it's time to convert over. So whatever money you had in your account, they're not just stealing it. It's going to get converted over for you. And they have to come back up in compliance, being backed by gold. That's just it in a nutshell. So I really don't like it when I hear all this panic stuff. Oh, you go to the bank and get your money out. You get it out for what? Let me give you a news flash. Let's go to Van Helsing. Let's go to that TV show. Remember that TV show, Van Helsing? Remember that came on, the vampire hunter, the chaser? I was never into that show. I didn't understand what she was really doing. I knew she was vampire killer, but I didn't understand it. So lately I've been watching some of the episodes, and I'm like, there was this episode last night, and I laughed my ass off. There was this episode where these two that hang out with Van Helsing, she got kidnapped. She always getting kidnapped. There's something she can do to save humanity, something in her blood. She can convert people that are vampires back to human or something. I got to go and watch the very first episode, because it was all about this apocalyptic type of stuff, and they're walking around in the fog. I'm like, oh, that looks familiar. So I'm like, So this scene, these two, this guy and this woman, run up to this, what do you call those? The armor truck. They open it up and they start laughing. They see all this money in there. So they hop up in there, and the guy says this, "Do you remember when we thought this was so important then? When it had value?" I was like, what? You remember when we thought this was so important and it had value then? All that money in there. And it showed they're in this truck with all that money, and there's nothing that they can do with it. It ain't useful. It's has no use. So I was like, oh my goodness. Now you got my attention. What other clues y'all gonna be dropping in this show? So Van Helsing on Pluto. So on Pluto for free. So I said, I'm going to go to the first one and find out what caused the so-called apocalypse. Why they got all those vampires and the crazy guy running around. It looked like half wolf, vampire, like genetic stuff went out of control. And these beings are on the loose out there. And the ones that are human are fighting, trying to stay safe and doing all that. And I'm like, interesting. Interesting storyline. All right, lovelies, let's jump into the medicine today. So, that 24,000 year of the Kali Yuga has ended when we hit that 21st, okay? Were you saying about backed by gold? Yeah, backed by gold. Backed by gold. All the banks here in American soil, the ones that are going to help with the currency, that money, our money has to be backed by gold now. The fiat is going bye-bye. So everything is separate. Don't get caught up in, okay, Africa's doing this and no. We got some heavy stuff going on right here in the United States. And it's a competition between the United States and China. Who's going to get their hands on all that AI? All that AI is what they are after. Who's going to be running around? Who run the world? Run the world. Who runs the world? Okay. With that AI. Now, I'm going to give a shout out to Ismael Perez. If you never watched him, I want you guys to check him out. Now, he looks like / Superman superhero / military. Hi, Ismael. And he won a book award. He did a teaching down in LA. Some kind of function that just came through. And he said that basically what's happening, and this is true, I can vouch for this, I can bet this. The timelines are clashing. There's going to be a timeline of those of us who want to go up into the higher timeline, the organic timeline of Mother Earth will be there. This is where this 24,000 year ties into. Okay, when we hit that doorway of Aquarius, everything from that Piscean timeline, all those soul contracts, agreements that you made, coming in, being down here, in this timeline of space where we are right now with these eclipses and this 9-year energy, you want to break those contracts. Anything that keeps coming up, still showing itself, even though you went back and you did some work on it, and it still keep popping up, you want to pay attention to that, because that's still an old pattern, a cycle that's being activated up here that you're still dealing with. So you want to go back and make sure those contracts are cleared. Okay? Hold on one second. So clear those contracts and release them. Now, I'm going to be very straightforward. Some of you are not going to like how I'm going to say this. Clear your contracts with those demons that you made deals with, that you gave your energy to. What if back in 20,000 something years, you got caught up in something You made a pact with something. And it's still playing itself out because it's a signature energy upon the soul itself that you need to recognize and clear it. 2 years. Okay. Oh yeah, Pearly. I haven't seen Pearly. I haven't seen Pearly. I hope Pearly and his wife are okay. So go through and clear that. Okay? This is that check time. You know, what's still coming up? That's why we're doing this work. What's still coming up? Where are you not really being true to yourself? Where are you still hiding out from yourself? Where are you still, just, everything's fine. You just not a hater. You're smiling through it. It's like, I just want a vacation. I just want to get out of here. Yes, everything's great. No, it's not. Okay. So this is where you want to go in there and really get in there and make those changes. And I'm telling you, if it pops up when you're in a shower, if it pops up when you're cooking, if it pops up in the car when you're driving, take the time and say, I got it. Line, cross, cross, cross. We're just going to get that out. Deactivate that, transmute it. Now I'm putting in a new one. Now I'm going to put the new one in, and I'm going to fill that in. Fill into it. What's my new statement? What's going to take the place of that? Remember when, I think it was last month or the month before, when I was teaching about when we get rid of something, you got to put something in its place, or you leave that open as a hole, and anything can jump in there. You got to put something in its place. You're going to clear something out. What are you going to replace that spot with? It's the same when you go out and you are harvesting your plants, your herbs and stuff. You don't just keep taking, putting it in your basket, keep taking. What are you going to give the plant people for that medicine? Now, I was taught 2 different things about this. If you go and give, like the traditional medicine woman that I was learning from, because indigenous, you would think you can give tobacco to the plant people. She just whipped up on me. Well, how would you like it if I gave one of your dead ancestors to you and said thank you, and you're living? I said, she goes, because that's what you're doing when you take a tobacco and you give it to the plants. They're living. The tobacco, you're giving it. You're giving them like that, another plant being to them, saying, oh yeah, thank you. And that's when she said, if you are going to connect yourself to plant medicine and you're harvesting mullein, you're harvesting mugwort, you're harvesting cleavers, you're harvesting yellow dock, you're harvesting shap, you're harvesting elderberry, you're harvesting whatever you're looking for out there in your plant medicine. You take a strand of your hair and you give it to them and say thank you. They take that strand of your hair because it's a part of your DNA. They imprint their signature energy on that. Now it's a trade-off. It's energy. They just connect it with you. So you can be anywhere in the world, whatever, and say you need cleavers. You might be in the Mojave Desert. True. And you need cleavers. That plant will show up for you in the desert. Just because you called on it. Called on the spirit of it. It'll show up. That's how powerful the connection we have in our DNA with everything. And with everything that's coming in alignment, that is going to be that activation that's hitting us right now. So that 24,000 years of clearing generational stuff, ancestral, even hexes and curses. A lot of us have that energy that comes in disguised as hexes and curses. I call it bad magic that gets went rogue. Okay, somebody got angry and threw that out at you. And now you're paying for it and your family's paying for it, and it just doesn't stop until somebody that has, I don't know, attention towards skulls, likes crystal skulls, likes the ancestral skulls, loves the soul day. They like anything with skulls. They're here to do that ancestry cleanup work. That's what that signature is when you're working with that. So when we're looking at 24,000 years of soul in and out of this world, of that energy, that's a lot to look at and clean up. That's why life is like this, is layers, like an onion. You peel off one layer, you're good to go. Oh, something just popped up. Okay, you're going to clear that layer. Oh, you're good to go. Oh, something's on this next layer. So now I got to clean that, got to clean that, got to clean that. Until we finally get to the center. And then there's the green part of a new part of that ring right there that shows the beginning of that. Like the tree rings, exactly. So I am really, really, really happy that a lot of you are, first of all, let's just keep it real. This is not fun stuff. We're not sitting back, chomping down on some chai saying, oh, I just love looking at myself. I just love cleaning up all this crap. I just love how cycles keep showing up, and I clean it, it goes away, everything, and then it comes back and there's something still, oh, and then I go a little deeper and find out where it really came from. And because at the end of the day, when we're done clearing it, we get to hold more of our trueness in our light. But you can't do it if you still got a lot of this heaviness on you. And that's why I said what I said at the beginning. It's not mine to take on your demons. I'm not here to do that. Whatever contract agreement you made with them or your family did, that's your battle. And all of us have those battles. And all of us have to do our due diligence and get in there and slay it. Bring it down. And when you find out you can slay that type of energy and bring it down, let me tell you, that energy goes out in the universe and it'd be like, oh no, don't step up on that. No, bypass that one. No, I'm telling you. Yeah, leave that soul alone. Because that one will lay your ass out with sage. You won't know you've been hit until the following day and you're laying. Yeah, leave that one. Leave that. Go over here to this other soul that didn't do the work. Go over there. Go to that one. Leave that one alone. Okay? That's like it goes back to my joke when I said, yeah, that one laid me out. Yeah, leave that one alone, you guys. Find those other ones that don't know who they are, because those are the ones you want to mess with. Okay. So today's Kim, we're in that 258, the white spectral mirror. And it says, I dissolve in order to reflect, releasing order. I seal the matrix of the endlessness with the spectral tone of liberation. I am guided by my own power doubled. The color is white. Planet is Neptune. The chakra is the solar plexus. The earth family is signal. We do have a rune. The mind, or the thinking layer of the mind, is above and beyond the raw storage of different perceptions, stimuli, and experiences. This is coming from the second mental sphere right here. So you probably today are having a lot of pressure right in here. Okay. You're probably feeling that right here. Okay. And then the third time dimensional cosmic synchronicity is up in this area. Alpha, beta information. Okay. We're at gate 20. We're at gate 291. So let's look at the rune. I have more info on this that I took off of my app one that talks more about the reflected mirror. Now, the white spectral mirror, if you did your decoding and you found out you are of the mirror, this is your kin today. So reflect your light and learn with the mirror that other people and situations present to you. What are they presenting? What is that light of the mirror bringing back to you? The function is order. The action is reflect. The power is endless. Endless power. Okay. So today I said I was talk about and cover up on this. Oh, I talked about the banks. Pay attention to that. And that wave of energy that just hit our planet. And I have to give prompts and shout out to Stefan Burns, who he is just staying on top of that, what's going on with the planet. He's staying on top of it. Because when he gives that report and he tells you what that projection is doing, he's not like these other geo people that come and tell you, the sun is turning this way and it's coming and it's projecting in. That's what's happening. Our UV ray is 5 and He don't do that. He tells you what's happening and then he gives you the astrology and gives you the spiritual meaning of what's happening. He ties it all together. He gives you the whole kit and caboodle. So nothing's left out. So he gives you the whole thing. And yeah, we got hit again. So it's revving up. I have not been zapped up to the sun with the beings. You know, the ones that like to, I'd be in the kitchen. Next thing I know, where the hell am I? Haven't had that zapping. But I am staying up on the amount of plasmic light that is coming in and what's going to happen wherever you're living, and they're putting up all the artificial clouds and the stuff coming on, making it look apocalyptic. Okay. That light is going to keep penetrating it. It's going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And it's going to keep dissolving it. Okay. Which means we're going to feel the intensity of that building up. You got to stay up on your water, your electrolytes. You're not going to be too hungry. You're going to feel like you eat something and then it's like, I'm super full. I can't eat another thing. I just want my teas. Give me some fortune cookies. Let's call it a day, you know? Let's call it a day. Your cats are going to be in coma land. They're going to be like, oh, they knocked out. Pay attention to them because they get their cueing on what they're feeling. Okay, so the rune is about initiation. So if you don't know this, I talked about that double ankh that came off a few days ago. I talked about that. Okay. That was the doorway into this, going into that energy, going into this equinox. Okay. This going into it. So this is an initiation time. This is, are you really being true to yourself? Are you really doing the work? Are you really stepping into your mission? Are you really, Spirit's going to let you know if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Because yesterday I got a shocker. I almost dropped to my knees because it shocked the crap out of me. I was like, what? I said, you know what? You're kidding. And the person said, no, I'm really serious. I'm going to have it delivered to you on Monday. I'm like, what? I literally almost dropped to my knees. I just could not believe it. And it is something that I wanted to get so I could be of a higher service and really work with people. But I couldn't afford it. It was $15,000. And this person, because he knows of my work and he has something going on, is actually having it delivered to me. Like I said, I almost dropped to my knees because when I came back and I said, I'm going to offer the pyramid healing for free, and all you have to do is show up, there was only one person I was not allowed to let you in. And you know why. Okay? I have a responsibility. So those who were serious, they got in and they got that teaching. And then I was told, don't charge for it. All your needs are going to be taken care of. Don't worry. Offer this. And the ones that come, they'll walk with it. But you have to let them know if they're not walking in a good way, it could hurt them, because pyramids are about amplification, alignment with that. You don't want to play with that. You will mess yourself up if you do it wrong, and you're in the wrong intention with it. So believe me, if you got in and you got your teaching and you didn't do the live yet, and you go in and you see the post, you get the teaching of that. But those of you that I could not let in, you know why. You have to go take care of something. You get your hands on that, you will mess yourself up and hurt yourself. And let me tell you something. Spiral light alone exposed somebody doing something nefarious in a business that nobody knew what was going on. Came to the top surface in less than 12 hours. Sign up. Mine says pending since yesterday. I think you came in. Go back and double check. Because it didn't show up on, your name didn't show up as Cosmic Flower. Okay? Go in and take a look, because there was only 3 people on the listing. Okay? Because I'm closing the doors at 7 tonight, Pacific time. And then this group will be dissolved on the 29th. They told me to take it down. I said, okay, fine. So I'll go back and check, but it's not going to cost you nothing. All it is just go in and learn it and practice, period. And you walk with it right. That's with all medicines. There's a signature behind medicines, okay? Don't get into medicines and then you walk the wrong way with it. All right? Okay, so this one says initiation, something hidden, a secret matter. So that room is this. That's the one today. So this could be what's going on with the banks. Okay. Unknowable and has association with the phoenix, that mystical bird which consumes itself in the fire and then rises from its own ashes. Its ways are secret and hidden. Powerful forces of change are at work here. Yet what is achieved is not easily or readily shared. After all, becoming whole, the means of it is profound secret. Okay? Another of the cycle of this room, the pleth, stands at the heart of initiation. Nothing external matters here except as it shows you its inner reflection. So remember, today's about that reflection. This rune is concerned with the deepest sternum of your being, the bedrock on which our destiny is founded. For some, plus means experiencing a death. If need be, let go of everything, no exceptions, no exclusions, nothing less than renewal of the spirit is at stake. Okay? So, take a look at that. Really take a look at that. Feel into that. Okay? So, that is our medicine on this part of the day. Tomorrow we go into the blue crystal storm. Okay. I'm going to close this one out. All right. So, hopefully you did your oiling. You get your myrrh. Okay. And just kind of bring that in. It's Abby Ah. You're right. Different name. What is Abby Ah? Who? Cosmic Flower. How long you been here in Be So Light? How long you been here? Tell me. Tell me. Are you doing your work? Okay, your camphor, if you're going to use some camphor, is a good thing right now, especially with everything that's moving. You can put a little bit of that. That's the name I put. I'll change it. Thank you. Camphor. Get that camphor and put it around the side linen of your bed. Just kind of like drape your hands over your bed. Okay. Put that there. Get that all in there. All right. Okay. All right. Let's take a look. Everyone, write this down. You're going to add this into your medicine today. And I want you, we've only used this a few times, but I want you to use this. And I've used this with clients that I know they get stuck in their head. And there's that resistance. Okay. So I want you to write this number down. Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 8, 4, 9, 1, 6, 9, 8, 7, 1, 9. Okay, I'm going to say it again. 5, 4, 8, 4, 9, 1, 6, I'm going to say it again. 5484916987119. This is the code for removing resistance from the subconscious, from the unconscious mind. Okay. So yesterday, when I went in and I synced up, and I did it right before going to sleep this morning. And I said, I really want to have more codes that I want to write, to help when people are making that transition from the third dimensional energy and they are implementing their free will to connect to the organic timeline of Mother Earth. How do you sign your signature self energetically into that space and get in there, put yourself there. Okay. So when you have that signature space and you're able to go and put yourself in that space to do that work. Okay. So that's something I definitely wanted to do, and codes really started flowing even more. And I really want to titrate it with individuals that are, especially autism. Autism is really interesting to work with because they're set in their neural pathways. And when you can rewrite codes to kick out what's stuck in an autism person's mindset and to turn on their speech or to turn on their ability to read or to turn on something that kicks them out of what that neural pathway is stuck in, that's creating that. It creates that shift and it creates the awareness. It's like a light comes on. So I'm just going to flow with it and see where it takes me. Takes me where I'm going with that. Okay. Let's look at our prompting questions for the day. Any questions so far as we're moving into this? Remember, you got to have the utmost high intentions right now. Please, I can't stress this enough. Don't be in a bad way. And especially if you got people that are purposely running bad energy, you might not want to be around them. Okay? Trickery energy. They always lying about something. They couldn't tell truth to save their life. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. So let's look at the promptings for today. What are we going to prompt ourselves for today? And we're going to look at the healing. Okay, 2 and 2. Today I feel like I'm going to be, I got another order I got to complete. I got to check in with my client, make sure that she's okay. A lot of this plasmic light energy that's coming in is going to hit hard in that heart space. And if you got heaviness sitting in the heart, you got that resentment going on, that heart space is the key to getting into that higher dimensional timelines where you can really move dimensionally and do what you want to do. You can't get there if you are still locked up here with something that happened to you, a resentment, a hate, a judgment, a pain. You got to let that go. You're going to have to clean house. Keep telling y'all that. Can't you? That's the key. My aunt is going to be looking at you like, what's the weight of your heart? That's so important now. The weight of the feather. What are you carrying that's so heavy that keeps you locked down and you're not really set free? It's not enough for us to think of being liberated and stuff by outside influence energy. It's all about how we see ourselves and how we truly we liberate ourselves. How we liberate ourselves. I was driving. Why are you driving and trying to get them codes? Grace, keep your eyes on the road. Can someone put it in the chat, please? Someone type it in the chat for me. Because Grace was driving. We're trying to keep Grace safe. Someone put it in the chat. There we go. We got that number 548 49 16 98719. Okay. Now you keep your eyes on the road, honey. Somebody, one of your family members here, Be So Light, will put it up in there because I can't type on here for some reason. I can do it on a laptop, but when I try to do it in here, it's like I got to do it before I come live. We're in 2025, really close to 6,000 years, something year. And these dodo heads act like they don't know how to set the apps up right so you can use it to do what you got to do. It's always these misalignment. Stop. They got to stop it. I just don't have the time. Now the wind's coming up. They got the sky over here in Northern California looking like all apocalyptic. We don't know if we're coming and going, and I'm sick and tired of people holding up signs. Resist, resist. What am I resisting? What do you want me to resist? I'm not complaining with your language. I'm laying the cards out first. Programming words. Resist. What am I resisting? I'm not resisting anything. I'm not resisting becoming full on who I'm supposed to be. I'm not resisting that divine plasmic light that's coming in, that's whipping up on your butt. I don't have a problem with it. You do. Like I said, I think I told you guys about the dream I had. It was, I think it was last week. I might have only shared it on my other thing where I walked out. I came out of this building and I was looking, and it was kind of like the colors were golden, tan color dream. It was really weird. But when I was walking out, I was looking up and I just was like, what happened? And as I'm walking, I see abandoned cars, but next to the cars was a pile of ash. And as I was walking down the street, I kept seeing these little piles of ash. I'm sure it wasn't a vacuum cleaner bag of people just emptying out the vacuum cleaner bag. Nope. Yeah, that dream was really interesting. I woke up and I was like, and it was like light. So, if you are not divine, and you are not walking right, you're going to be like vampire Dracula. Oh, can't handle the sunlight. That was coming. Because if you really think about it, in all spiritual way, if you really, really think about it, if you're walking your light and you're a divine sovereign being, you are designed to take in that light. You become it. And anything that's less than that can't exist in it, can't hold it, can't do it. So, just saying. Okay, we're going to do this one. So you have something that really flows in the thought patterns of that. The energy is whipping up again. There must have been another surge. You can always tell when there's a surge because your third eye starts hurting. Okay? That surge comes up and you find yourself, you either get dizzy or you start to feel like you're getting nauseated. We're not doing that one today. That's that surge. And the body has to calibrate that surge. And when you're not used to getting hit with this plasma light, come on now. We're not used to this. You're getting it intensely since that lunar eclipse. And it's not just only hitting here, but it's affecting even the galaxy. And I even brought out the Moon Temple cards today. These are nice. I love them. All right. Let's see what we're dealing with. All right, everyone, let's get ready. Take a breath. Deep breath in. Exhale it out. Okay. Ambush fear with your ferocious dream. Ambush fear with your ferocious dream. Ambush fear with your ferocious dream. Okay, let's find out what that one entails you to understand. Okay, let's see. How do you respond when it screams mean girl insults like I am not good enough? I am not ready. I look like shit. Why would they listen to me? What if I fail? How often do I move ahead in spite of fear? Ooh, that's a good one. That is a good one. Let me say it again. How do you respond when it screams mean girl insults like, I am not good enough, I am not ready, I look like shit, why would they listen to me, what if I fail, how often do you move ahead in spite of fear? What's the fear that blocks you from taking the next step, okay, to do the next thing? What is that fear? Here's the question also. Is that a true belief? Or is it a false belief that was put on you to think that way? What is it? What's keeping you from taking that next step? Okay? Next card. Magic happens when you most expect it. Magic happens when you most expect it. Number 44. So we got that 44 energy and a 51 energy. So magic happens when you least expect it. So when the magic happens, it says, what things come easily for you? What things come easily for you? And how are you categorizing, sharing, or tracking the serendipitous opportunities that come your way? This one came up before, but it's asking you again. So if you already answered it before, go back to that question and just look at it. Okay. I got dreams. I just don't got time. Yes, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. That's where you got to find out what your human design is. Because if you're a generator manifester, you like everything, everything. You got all your books, you got everything. Everything's on everything. You want to do this, you want to do that. But you got to slow down and take a breath and pick one thing so you can do it. Because you're always excited about doing something, but it's never enough time to do it all. Okay. All right. So that one came up for us before, and it's back around visiting again. What's your magic? What's coming? Here's the healing one. Awaken your vulnerability. Awaken your vulnerability. Where are you feeling vulnerable? Is the healing part. Some of you don't want to feel vulnerable. Makes you feel like you might say to yourself, I feel weak. I don't want people to know my weakness. I don't want people to see I can't move, or I feel paralyzed when I do this, or I feel paralyzed when I don't do this. Where's your vulnerability? Where do you feel vulnerable? Okay. The sacred geometry of that is going to be the tantric journey. The tantric journey. The frequency of the tantric, I'm not saying it right, journey helps us to unlock the hidden knowledge and the wisdom that we instinctually hold about how to reach a state of wholeness and completion through our sensual tantric, thank you, experiences with ourselves and with others. So your tantric journey. How are you connecting in that breath? That breath moves everything. Your breath can change everything when you're breathing. The crystals today is being inspiration and working with the chrysanthemum stone. I like the chrysanthemum stone. That's a good stone to work with. That makes some changes. And I'm not talking about a stone that's got somebody painting it on there. The real stone, it has the real symbol of that in it. The plant medicine today, that was the number 23. We're moving into Gutta Cola, higher consciousness. Now, Gutta Cola is really good for memory, restoring the memory. Gutta Cola. Okay. Helps with that. The ginkgo plant. But Gutta Cola helps with that restoring the memory. Moving into that place of memory. And that's the 17. There's another part of it. I remember when I was younger, I used to be taking those plants and everything. Then my body just said, you don't need that anymore. And when your body says no to something, because you reach, this plant is all about enlightenment. Okay? It's all about the enlightenment. So when your body stops taking something, that means it's reached its absorption for that plant and it doesn't need it anymore. So it's kind of a good thing when you stop taking it, because then when you really, really, really need it, you're not going to be so inundated with it where it doesn't work for you. Okay? Or you built up a resistance against it. Then when you really need it and you can go in and you take that plant medicine can help you. Okay? So in the star language, we have Lyra, we have music, we have the constellation. Now, when I got the upgrade for this pyramid work and utilized it, I thought it was the most beautiful thing, that when I pushed it out past all the artificial energy and kept expanding it, I finally could hear the natural wave tones of the beautiful universal sounds. And it was so pretty. It was coming in all of its gentleness. and you can feel it. That's the difference between an artificial sound versus the true sound. You can feel it. So we have Lyra in the music today being showered upon us. So pay attention when you start getting those tones and you feel that energy shifting in those tones. Pay attention to that. Okay? Okay, the star code is ninth house exploration, 47. Ninth house exploration. The door, the key turning for this star code is the square, semi-square, quincun. I don't know what that is. It's when it squares off and it causes the tension. Like the planets that square off causes a tension. Okay. The moon temple today, when we jump into it, it says 24, the journey. What is the journey? This is so pretty. Stepping into the journey. And I think for that one, when it says that 24, I keep forgetting it has all this extra medicine with it. It says, I am the light warrior of love. Break out, explore, arise. The journey. And there's a lot with it. So this set, if you decide to go with this set, this is a good set of cards to work with because it takes you on all of the what the card means, what the medicine is, the chants, and it takes you into the folklore and the medicine and the totems of it. Okay, and believe it or not, this one is representing Inanna, and it's representing the lapis lazuli amulet and the staff, the owl, the lions, the dog, evening and morning stars, the planet Venus, embellishing throne, wings, the tree of life, the Ankh, or the key of life, and many more. Is associated with the journey. The activation for this read today, right on point, is third eye activation, the brow chakra, the inner vision, the clear seeing. Okay. All right, lovelies. There's your information, your promptings. I know a lot of you are feeling that energy. You get your surges, and it's heavy. It's heavy, and you know what's making it heavy? It's the process of releasing that you have to go through to lighten it up so that you can carry the energy of the new energy coming in. That's the process. That's what's so heavy. Okay. So it's funny, I go back and I look at the numbers to see how many people are doing it. And it's interesting when it comes time to doing cleanup work or diving into the cell, the numbers go down a little bit because nobody wants to do all that. They just want satisfaction. Give it to me now. I don't want to have to look at myself and get that. What? Give it to me now. So, I'm going to share something with you. You know the powder form? Let me get this. So I want to share this. This is awesome. Yeah. See, thank you. Thank you. When you light up your altar, especially with everything that's going on right now, pay attention. Pay attention. You walk by your altar and you see your candles kind of like, go get your stuff, smudge all around, smudge it over your space, push it out. All right. So this is Bladderwrack. I got this from Star West Botanicals. Okay. And I keep it in a jar. Now what I like to do is after a bath, and it's at nighttime, comes out real. I used to just take it, mix it in a little bit of water and take it, but I'm like, oh God, that's so minerally. Oh. Or I used to do my own capsules, make my own capsules and put them in vegetable caps and do that. So you're going to get like that amount. This is one of those tiny little spoons. And you're going to put it in the palm of your hand. You're going to add a little bit of spring water or purified water just to pour, and then you're going to keep pressing it into your hand. And it's going to get kind of like a clay. Okay? Keep doing that. Gather it all up. If you can push it together and it stays together like a ball, make a ball. Okay? This is the part, this is medicine giveaway time. Make a ball. Okay, so when you make that ball, you take it and you put it into your belly button. Okay? This is like that Ayurvedic time when you can do oiling of the belly button. It helps the digestive tract. It helps with releasing any tension in the belly. But when you use the Bladderwrack powder and you make that little ball, you put it in there, take a Band-Aid. You want to make sure you cover it because when you're moving around at night and sleeping, turning on your side, and your stomach moves, that ball will pop out. And then when you go take the Band-Aid off, the ball ain't in there. It's like, where the hell did it go? Where did my medicine go? Okay, where did my plant medicine go? So when you're making that ball, you're going to tell the Bladderwrack plant. Now the Bladderwrack is all over the coast, down coast California, all the way up Oregon, all that. Seaweed. Seaweed is notorious for absorbing radiation and getting rid of it. In the oceans, when they've had oopsies, earthquakes and stuff happen on things, it releases out stuff in the oceans, and we're always trying to clean it up. So that is a good way of detoxing. You put that ball in there. And you don't want a big old ball because then it's not going to fit comfortably in the belly button when you cover it up. You just want that amount. Your ball should be about like that. Okay? And just stick it there. Put a nice Band-Aid over it. Go about your business. Go sleep. Okay? You're going to find that starts helping the body to kind of like start cleansing, purging, balancing out. Okay. Now you can also do it with the oil. If you want to do it with coconut oil, if you want to do it with a sesame oil, it'll be a little bit more messy, but don't use a lot of oil because you still want to be able to get it in a ball. Okay, and utilize it. All right. All right, that's the medicine teaching of that today. So that third eye activation, inner vision and clear seeing. Have that third eye. Did I even show it to you guys? Okay. So we're going to go ahead and close this medicine out. Any questions? My main thing is You have to be safe right now. Okay. Be safe. Be safe, be safe, be safe. Be safe. All right. All right, lovelies. I got to go call and check in with some of my clients, see how they're doing. Just know if you start having heart issues, women have heart attacks different than a man. You get the numbness on the jaw, a heaviness in the heart area. You might think it's indigestion. If you take a aspirin, a baby's aspirin, under the tongue, and the symptoms do not go away and you get the pressure between the shoulder blades, you need to go to the ER. And especially you start feeling the numbness traveling all the way down. You need to go to the ER. Don't play with that. Don't think, oh, I'll go take a couple times. You take that and it doesn't subside, go to the ER. Okay? That aspirin, when you take it, you should feel a difference within 15 minutes at the most. You should feel some subsiding, taking the pressure off. You don't feel that, get to the ER. And the first thing you want to say, so you'll be seen right away, is I'm having pressure on my chest. I cannot breathe, and I'm having pressure in the back of my shoulder blade. I feel the jaw radiating. They're going to take you back immediately. This is how you get past that ER holding you up bullshit. Okay? They're only going to take if you're bleeding and short and you're not breathing and you're complaining of that. Or a gunshot wound, stabbing, bleeding. Well, that's under the bleeding. Okay? So they'll take you in right away. You're not going to be sitting trying to fill out some paperwork. They're going to take you in right away. If it gets really severe, you want to go, you got covered, ambulance comes. They're going to give you nitro. Just in case. They're going to ask you, how long have you had this pain? When did it come on? Okay? There's a lot of things that's going to be going on with the heart. Some is divine, some is not. All right? And the ones that's not divine, you still have to get in and be seen. All right? Don't play with that part. Don't delay that. And if you even have someone that goes into this, all of a sudden they were talking, all of a sudden they just drop their head and they start drooling and they can't say anything, that's a stroke. That just came in. Get them to the hospital immediately. They're going to be given that medication that helps that blood to straighten itself out so it can come on. If you are a Reiki practitioner, within 12 to 24 hours, you have a window of time to reverse that. If it falls under Chinese medicine of a stroke and the acupuncturist gets a hold of you, they're going to prick that toe, the big toe. It's usually going to be the right toe. They prick it and release it. Now all the blood's going to come out and it's going to reset the center. I learned that in the acupuncture class. I took it in one summer. Now I was like impressed with that. And that helps the body to reset itself so that that person can get their speech back and get that mobility. The longer it goes past, the longer that damage is, that locks it down. Okay? So those are two things I need everybody pay attention to, especially your elders who are tired. They're getting bombarded with this energy. They're laying down a little bit more. They're losing their appetite maybe. They might be complaining about having headache. Okay? Keep an eye on them because they're experiencing that. They're not used to all this. And even your young ones. Tell those young ones, listen up. Get off of those energy drinks. Stop downing those energy drinks. That's going to mess you up. With all this going on, you doing energy drinks? Hello? Beep, beep. Make sure you got those young ones around, your nieces, nephews. They taking them energy drinks, even your loved ones that might be trying to keep it going. Watch out, okay? This is just keep an eye on them. All right? All right, lovelies, I will see you tomorrow in that medicine time. And I will listen out for what is to be. So I will see you tomorrow. It sounds weird out. I mean, I don't listen to music. Environment, sounds, hairs, and exercise suggests weird out. Yeah. Ain't that the truth? Yeah, the jets. Weirdness with the plane. Planes are flying really low right now. Passing by each other in the air. Stuff I'm like, wow, that's kind of close. All right, lovelies. I'll see you tomorrow. Much love to all of you.